It is time to get into a little bit more of a topsy-turvy weather pattern. We are going to see troughing at times, still some Arctic air into the weekend, but then this ridge builds out to the west and we're going to see that kind of displace things a little bit further east at times. Still some cold batches that work their way on in, but you're going to notice a change to colder further west. That's going to pump up some ridging and some slightly warmer weather here across portions of the east. Doesn't last forever. We're still going to have waves of cold, but then it looks like by the middle of the month, there's going to be some off and on periods of fairly warm weather compared to average. Not much going on across the middle and eastern portion of the country. They'll see that system swing on to the east. This one moves on in throughout your Thursday. It's going to be a weak clipper that's going to fall apart for the most part across the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley. But don't worry, one much stronger is right behind it. As this cold front moves on in, it will start to pick up more moisture from the lakes and it will develop a more robust system as that low forms. And this is going to be some moderate snow for a few to several hours that's going to put down a few inches in spots as it transverses to the south and east. And this one's going to get through the mountains. This one will accumulate pretty decent in areas of the Appalachians and then make it all the way across portions of the East Coast and Northeast throughout the day on Friday in towards your early Saturday into interior and even coastal New England. A little bit of a break before another system, another clipper, drops on down back right behind that through the Great Lakes, following a very similar pathway as we jump on in through the second half of the weekend. So with that first clipper through Saturday, yeah, this is going to put down a swath of 2-3 inches, probably where there's a little bit of lake enhancement, 3 to 5 inches, very realistic. Where you get more true lake effect on the much less frozen Lake Ontario versus some of the other lakes, you're going to have probably 4, 5, 6 inches pretty widespread with maybe a band up to about 8, maybe an inch or 2 further into the East Coast. Then that second system moves on through during the day on Sunday, also probably making it into the Northeast before totally fizzling on out. Cloud cover remains, and this is kind of the train as the ridging moves in over here to ridge run these different clipper systems back into Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, Northeast into early next week as well. But overall, besides that, it's a fairly quiet pattern for a good majority. We'll see more energy with some moisture eject. This is going to be some snowfall across portions of Nevada into probably Montana and Colorado. It's rain, yeah, not a snow system, a rain system coming on out by middle of next week. So not major accumulation except for the higher terrain, but there will be at least minor accumulation fairly widespread across the west, a lot of 1 to 3, some spots maybe 5 to 10 as you get a little higher elevation, not 30, 40 inches or anything. And then most of this snowfall over the course of the next week will be that first batch that moved on through as we went through Friday and Saturday with a little bit added to it across areas in the Northeast. We need snow, we need rain, a lot of areas in drought condition, even pretty widespread, moderate to some areas in that severe drought category. Precipitation wise, we'll start getting there a little bit across the middle portion of the country as we go on in through next week. Most of the moisture will be further west, and it's going to be fairly dry with just those clipper systems not all making it into the East Coast as we go throughout next week. After that, I do think things get more active, but we'll keep a close eye on that. Very warm weather moves across the middle portion of the country. We will have still a little cool weather far into the East Coast, but certainly more in the way of warm-ups coming on into Valentine's Day for sure. As we exit the big time cold, we replace it with this big ridge. That's why it's going to be so warm in the middle, but notice you get troughing west, and then eventually you get multiple areas of troughing to form back to the east. It will be more transient off and on. So as we go on in towards that second half of February, I mean, it's going to be more active as we displace these different systems. Take care. Have a good one.